Hello, how are you doing? How have you been for this past week? How was your week? Mine was good, and I am very happy about the next month. That is June, which will be a month for me to celebrate another year, but also be a month to also reflect and just resting. You reflect, you go back and give yourself time to think and meditate on certain things. It's also the half of the year where you're now switching to the other half of the year to see how far you have gone with all the things that you did, but you need time. So we won't be having any more videos for next month. Then we shall be back in July again, and it will be fire, 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 fire. I am at the Excelsis Hotel. Pass by now during that month. I'm probably going to celebrate my birthday there. You should pass by. You should really pass by. Yeah. So today I want to talk about something that I am very passionate about, and it is authenticity. Authenticity of the persona, and the persona is you. You have to be authentic in whatever way that you do. That is how we are different. That is how we come up together to make the God being. We make the God being because one person is good at this thing, another person is good at the other thing. But you can't be good to that thing if you are not authentic. That is why the scripture that really excites me in those lines, there is this scripture in Romans 12:2. It says, "And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God." We are looking for purpose, but we are not even being authentic about ourselves. We are trying to act like everyone else on social media. We're trying to look like everyone else. We're trying to do what everyone else is doing. Yes, I understand the part of looking at what someone has done. That one should enlighten you, should give you something to start from somewhere, you won't even be as good as them. What encourages me very much is the fact that we are all unique. We are all unique in our way. You see these fingerprints, they don't even look alike. Our iris don't look alike. Those are unique identifiers. No matter how identical you are like twins, you cannot have the same of that. That only emphasizes how unique we all are. I like science. Science helps us, brings the evidence that God really exists. That is the beauty of science. I don't know what some people use science for, but science only proves that God really exists. Like how Jesus said that the New Testament is not coming to rubbish the Old Testament, but it's coming to fulfill. It is coming to fulfill what was already written. Nothing is going to be moved. Now, I am saying that science is not to remove the presence of God, but to confirm that indeed He is present. There's a limit to science, but that's the part where God comes in. Albert Einstein said something, I was reading and said that coincidence is a way coincidence is a way that God has chosen to hide himself or something. But now that is Albert Einstein saying he discovered things. For you, what have you discovered so far? You who says God is not there. Yes, so I am talking about authenticity here. Like, you need to be authentic at all time. Do not conform to the pattern. Now, the pattern of the world are the things that you're trying to be like. At social media has come. There is Snapchat. Everyone looks like anything. There's a lot of that. Let's not go by. Let's look at it. Appreciate. There are people who are really okay, and then you appreciate. But go back to yourself and look at yourself. I also understand that the world doesn't always reward authenticity as quickly as it rewards compliance. Compliance is to just be like you be what people want you to be. They want you to be orderly. They want you to be organized. But who said you must be orderly? Who said you must? Maybe you're just not orderly, but that is where you are achieving. I had a story of a certain guy who was working. There's a job he was doing, but the thing was stressing him. He wasn't even earning that much. But then he had talent for drawing cartoons, those cartoons. But every time he would just draw them during his free time, like in a workbook, it would embarrass him so much. He would hide even the workbook. So one time he got a visitor, and the visitor came and said, "These things are very good." He even got ashamed, hid them. Why did you remove them? When you come to people's house, don't go checking things. He was so embarrassed about it. But the guy said, "No, this thing is really good." What? So when the guy, he tore a paper and took it somewhere, and they really liked it. The guy kept drawing cartoons for companies and all the things. He made money that he was not making with his white collar job. So we just can be different. Your thing which you think you have is probably embarrassing, but that is your authenticity. That's what makes you who you are. You might be hard-headed, you might be a certain way, you may be just calm, an introvert, quiet, someone who just likes the peace, who likes the calm, who likes those things, but that is you. Don't try to be talkative like the other person who is liked. They are liked because they can make friends where you don't know how to make friends. It is okay. We like you like that. And that is what pulls out the thing that you're supposed to do. Because it is easy for people to say that, no, don't overdo this. Like here, they don't do this here. Of course, you should have wisdom. Apply wisdom any day. If you're so crazy doesn't work in certain spaces. So you need to tone down. But it doesn't take away that. Remember, if you take crazy in that place, the other crazy people there who are going to like you because you are relating with them. So at all times, let us always try to be authentic. We have been trained very much from childhood, like we don't even know what really we are. Like if you ask right now, the Gen Zs, most of them, I don't know if they would know what they really are, what they really hold. Back then in the 80s, those people knew what they are. But now for us, these ends, do we really know what we really are? Like you have been edited, modified, updated. You have different versions that you do not know what exactly you are. That's why we are looking for purpose. We are looking for purpose. Purpose has gone nowhere. Purpose is you there where you are. But can you try to see, like someone said, the things I used to like the things when I was younger. What happened now that you have grown? Because the people say it is not a cool thing. Now you don't like it. You used to like certain things. Now you don't like them because you can't even tell us the reason. But sit and hear. Maybe someone made a nasty comment sometime at school and they really laughed at you. And now you can't even bring out that thing. Or you would sing, but sometimes they said, there was a time I think at school, somewhere I was at school and because I have my voice is not so squeaky, like how the females would be that much. Mine is a bit deep. Meanwhile, I am a good singer, you be there. Voices are not for you. So I think someone made a comment at school and said, whose voice is that? I was a bit squashed, But I am a good singer. Wait, when I release an album, come to church and you will hear me singing on a good Sunday. You get? So, but there are certain things that maybe some people really put out. But those are the things that make you. That is the uniqueness that you are. Do not try to be like someone else. Pick up the good vices. Be them in certain spaces. But maintain your authenticity at all times. Don't fight so much to impress everyone. When you impress everyone, you're suffocating yourself. And you're hiding that person. Then when you go home, you said, but this person spoke this to me now. Then you start feeling bad because you didn't probably retaliate. Maybe you should retaliate. What are they saying? Like when you go back home, then you'll feel like, okay, maybe I over-retaliated. Then maybe you'll now make a call and say, by the way, that situation, I am very sorry. Because you retaliated. But keep your authenticity. That is what everyone is looking for. That is what the world is looking for. But you wouldn't know because you're trying to be like everyone else. You are conforming yourself to the patterns and the standards of this world. But that is not what they're looking for. They are looking for you, the actual you. Come out. Just come out and tell us what you are and be authentic. And when I say authentic, I mean the persona, not your bad vices which are there. You need to improve. You didn't learn some discipline at home. Now you're coming, be authentic. No. You have to be disciplined. But then you maintain the person that you are. And that is something that is important. That is something that is going to get you to places that you don't even know. You see, we also know that people keep evolving. You can evolve in many ways. Maybe when I was younger, I would do certain things differently. Now that I have grown, I do them also differently. Because now I am grown, there is more wisdom. You get? I was listening to one of the teachings saying that the writer of the book of Proverbs, who is Solomon, is also the same writer who wrote again Ecclesiastes. But you realize when he wrote Ecclesiastes, he had now grown. When he wrote Proverbs, he was way younger. He was telling us about his mother and all that. But when he wrote Ecclesiastes, he had now grown. He had seen things and realized that everything is vanity. You get? Because he had stayed over time. So even you, the things you were doing when you were younger, don't carry your childhood. It isn't here where we are grown. But let it evolve, maintaining the authenticity. It doesn't change, it just evolves, but it is the same thing. It is the same you. And that is what is going to get places. So as we go in this month where I will not be here on your screens through your internet, Go and check, sit and reflect. Look at yourself. What are the things that you liked? Or what are the things that have been changed or that have molded you because of certain, because you see, you always keep going, but you're going to be doing them in the shadow, hiding what. Just be yourself. Like the other guy of the book and the cartoons, he was hiding them during free time. Who does that? Was money. He was seated on money, he was seated on gold. So even you, where you are, when we go to this month of June, sit and reflect. Look at it. What are you? What have you been? Are you a good speaker? Are you a good storyteller? Are you a good writer? There are some of those things. Maintain your authenticity. Are you a person who seeks to understand? There are people who ask, they can ask questions, and then you feel like, okay, but yes, you're asking the right questions. Don't make anyone make you feel some type of way. Those are the right questions. And those questions are the things that are going to take you to places. Yeah. So yes, as I go this time around, I am wishing you a good rest of the May month and also a good June. We are going to meet again in July. But have a lovely, lovely day and stay blessed. And also you need to pray. You people, you should go and pray. Yeah, prayer is a good thing any day. Goodbye.